This Medical Monday is sponsored by the George Washington University Hospital.
This Medical Monday, we're highlighting the surgical team at the George Washington University Hospital. And here to share more is the Divisional Director of Surgical Services, Kester Verdadero. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you, Brian. I'm so happy to be here today.
Let's talk a little bit about GW Hospital and how you are staying current on leading edge technology and procedures. How do you stay on top of the forefront?
You know, Brian, GW Hospital pretty much does everything that's possible out there in regards to surgical procedures. But, you know, there's a saying that we have that in healthcare, the only consistent thing in healthcare is change. So we always try to adapt to that and make sure that we're in line to the latest technology and procedures that are happening right now. So
let's talk about how being connected with and related with an academic medical center directly correlates to patient care.
I look at it as a family, right? We have surgeons, we have nurses, we have other healthcare providers that were residents, that were students at the university that are now part of our team. And I really feel that having that family feel creates great outcome in our surgical procedures because, you know, they feel like they're at home.
And all working together as one
Yes.
big family. Let's talk about minimally invasive and robotic technologies and how is this changing the face of surgery?
You know, our patients are very well informed. They see all these things in the internet and they are very, you know, knowledgeable about what's going on in the world now. You know, minimally invasive and robotic procedures kind of where we're heading towards. Everybody wants to just have a procedure done and go home the same day. They want to make sure that their recovery time is shorter. They don't want to be staying in a hospital for 30 days, laying in a hospital bed. It is the way that we're leading towards to, and you know, GW Hospital is, you know, is really a hospital that's been leaning towards a lot of these technology.
Sounds like a win-win across the board there, particularly just because you said it can be done in a more quickly period, less time, less downtime, less pain time, hopefully as well. Let's talk a little bit about why you specifically, personally, would recommend GW Hospital Surgical Services to the community at large.
Yeah, not because I wear a badge and it says GW Hospital at it, but I see the behind the scenes. You're not going to see me on a suit every day. I actually love to be in scrubs, being there in the team. I look at surgical services as it's like a theater. There are team players that are behind the scenes that does all the work to make sure that our patients get the best possible care that they can get. You know, I have a department that specializes in sterilizing instruments to be used in the surgical procedure. There's a group that makes sure that when you recover from your surgery that you're ready to go home on that same day. And that really is one of those things a lot of folks don't know about the surgical procedure. But behind the scenes, I see the dedication and the love and the care that the team puts in to be able to make sure that the patient on the table will get the best surgical procedure and care that they can get.
I think you were telling me before, I mean, we're talking, you probably don't know this at home, but there's 8 different teams that all work together on a procedure.
Surgical services is not just the operating room. We actually have about 7 to 8 departments that works together hand in hand to make sure that that one procedure is done properly.
No, the patient's care and the patient's treatment is so key here, so critical. And it seems with that family atmosphere, it just leads to better outcomes and just better visits overall.
Yeah.
We're going to put information up on the screen about how you can reach for more information about GW Hospital. I thank you so much for your time here today, Kester.
Thank you.
For sure. You have me convinced. I just need to find that procedure. No, I don't know how to feed that procedure. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Brian.